Welcome back to another episode of the Hello Sis Dorsey podcast. Today, I'm answering a question that I get all the time, and that is how long should your podcast episode be? And the short answer is it is totally up to you and your audience. So it depends on what type of podcast you have. So if you have, like, for example, I always like to pull this up, but I don't listen to them like true crime podcasts. I don't listen to them. But that probably will be a little bit longer. If you're interviewing guests, I would say guest episodes generally to be about 45 minutes. Sometimes I listen to podcasts that have a 45 minutes or a little bit longer, but I think 45 minutes for guest interview is a sweet spot. For me, it is all about my guests, so I give them the 25-minute slot because I don't want it to drag on and on and on, especially if they're rambling. I like for my guests in the episode to be focused, where people can get what they need, listen, and implement. So that's the reason why I have mine no longer than 25 minutes. That's really good, especially if you're doing a 25-minute walk or a 30-minute walk. It will definitely be entertaining during your walk. So whatever it is that you're doing, it, definitely helped pass the time, so 25 minutes is good enough, because people's attention spans is, like, really short these days, and, we have so many things out there that's grabbing for people's attention. Podcasting is very I was it's a relaxing type of platform where people are actually taking the time out to listen to different podcasts, and it's booming. It's getting really big, and people are finding creative ways to get their podcast content or their audio content out there. So I would say definitely keep it 45 minutes if you have a guest. If you have a podcast that's like related to health, I would say maybe 30 minutes, because you are given a topic, you're given research and studies, you're given examples, and then you given like tidbits or tips for people can apply whatever it is that you're talking about, as far as that's health related in the podcast, so they can apply it at home or give them action steps, different things like that. If you're doing solo episodes, totally up to you. I see most solo episodes are like 20 minutes or less. My solo episodes tend to be like maybe 10 minutes or less. Simply because I want to give you the tidbits that you need. I want to give you the key points, main points, and give you something actionable that you can use. Just giving information. And you don't have to give information, and it doesn't have to take 30 minutes long for you to say the thing that you should have said 15 minutes ago. No. I like to just keep it short and sweet and simple. So yeah, it's totally up to you what you feel comfortable with. After a while, you probably feel like, okay, yeah, I can cut it down or I can make it a little bit longer. You'll kind of like gauge as to how long your episode should be. And if you have guests, you can kind of gauge that as well, depending on the topics and the information. Oftentimes, when we do an episode, you could kind of like say, oh, well, I know I talked on this particular subject. I can definitely dive deeper into this topic and create an episode out of it. So I teach that, like pulling things out, when you are doing your research for your content creation. I teach and I show how to go into Facebook groups, do your Google search, do ask the public, or answer the public, um, how to get questions that people are asking, and then how to take those questions and create podcast episodes from it. Oftentimes, when we are doing the main points, you can actually pull one of the main points and create another episode to dive deeper into that main point. So it is so many different ways you can do this, and it's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. I had a guest on my podcast. I want to say in my early episodes, and she actually do 2-minute marketing podcasts. So she give marketing tips for 2 minutes. I think it was like every day, and that's it. So that's gold. Like if I could get a gold nugget for 1 minute, I'll definitely take it and run with it. So it's totally up to you. This is your podcast. You do what's best for you. You be creative, and you don't have to do everything that everybody else does. And if somebody say no, you have to do it this way, don't listen to them because you don't. That's my soapbox for the day. So, if this episode was helpful, please, please, please give me a review, some stars wherever you're listening so my podcast can reach more people. So happy to talk with you on today. And also if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, service provider, or any of the above, and you want to launch a podcast so you can grow your business, audience, amplify your message, I have a podcast launch guide that I think will be very helpful for you. It will help set the tone and foundation for your podcast. So the link is definitely in the show notes. Go ahead and grab that. It is totally free to download. And if you want to launch a podcast, definitely use that step-by-step guide, and you will be amazed at how quickly you can launch your podcast in less time do you think. Okay. So if that's something that you want to do, definitely do so. I started my podcast in my car. I tell a story all the time. And people are fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by it too. But real, I started it in my car. Okay. Alrighty, until the next episode, take care, be safe, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Bye.